that Nindy showcase sure was something. Nintendo of Russia gave away a bunch of Switches at a Frozen 2 showing for some reason, and Sony State of Play was a bunch of nothing, basically. The Nindy Showcase, the Nintendo Indie World Showcase 2019. I watched the whole thing. I didn't watch anybody's video about it. I saw the Switch Force made a video that said like, "Ooh, this sucks." I didn't watch it. I didn't want anybody's opinion influencing my own. So I watched the whole thing right before I filmed this, and I also watched the Sony State of Play. We're gonna get to that later. But the Nindy Showcase, we get these Nintendo Indie Showcases now for some reason. I guess because indies are such a huge part of the sales on Switch. I know originally they were because there was no games on Switch like originally, like besides like Breath of the Wild, and they're like, oh, Nindies are just flying off the digital shelves because there's nothing else to buy. Are they that big of a piece of the pie now? I don't know. Maybe they are. Probably they are. I have no idea. But it was a very overall a lackluster showing, I think. So there's no need for this particular Nindy Showcase. Maybe the big one at E3 every year or something, but I feel like there was no need for this. Just release the games, put a little trailer on your YouTube channel, hit the social medias with it. We don't need a dedicated video for this particular set of games. I'm just saying, but we'll get into the highlights of it right now. Sports Story started it off. It kicked it off. Everybody loved Golf Story. They're like, ooh, it's an indie darling. It's an RPG, weird, wacky golf game. You like Mario Golf on Game Boy? Boom, you're going to like Golf Story, basically. And in this one, they threw in soccer and tennis, and I don't even know what else. It looked fun. It looked cool. There was like a monster and a bunch of wacky. It was way over the top. It was Golf Story cranked to 11. Super Saiyan Golf Story. So that is actually cool. That is exciting. But again, doesn't need the whole thing. But anyways, then we got Streets of Rage 4 from Sega, and I'm like, okay, so how exactly is Sega an indie? If Sega's publishing this game, I don't know. It's made by an indie developer, I guess. It didn't look that cool. It's like a Sega's like, man, here, do something with Streets of Rage, somebody. Jesus, get it out of here. And then some random indie developer was like, okay, fuck it, we'll make it look not very cool. The graphics aren't very cool. Nothing's very cool about it. We'll just make a lackluster Streets of Rage game. Is that cool? If the Streets of Rage fans, are you gonna like that? No, they're not. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll just be like, you know what? We're clamoring for Streets of Rage. Thank God we're finally getting something. Who knows? Also noticed throughout this whole Nindy showcase that all the developers, we don't need them talking, all right? Just show your thing, and you don't got to be like, we put a lot of love and effort into this game, and we can't wait for you to check it out. They all say the same thing, like, we tried real hard, hope you like it. It's like, of course, obviously, we don't need you to tell us that, okay? Unless it's clear that you didn't try, and you come out and go, well, we didn't care, we just made a game. Nintendo just let us put it on the eShop. That'd be hilarious. I don't need you going, we worked real hard on it, so hope you like it. I don't need to hear that, all right? They're talking to us like we're kids. They're like, you're gonna love the game. I can't wait for you to go out and get your hands on it. I'm like, what in the world? And like, Shane, games are for kids. Nintendo's for kids. Now, adults are watching the Nindy Showcase. I feel like it's far, far, far more adults watching the Nindy Showcase. I don't know why they're talking to us like we're 5. Anyways, there's a game called Super Mash. I'm skipping some games, obviously, because not everything is worthy to talk about. Seriously, it's just like, whatever. But Super Mash was the most interesting of the whole showcase to me, because it was, you pick a specific genre of game and mash it with another one, like a fighting game and an RPG, or, you know, an action-adventure game and this and whatever, shooting game. You combine them, and it makes like a game in the game. And it was really cool because different stuff combined with different things had different graphical style, and I was like, whoa, they're not doing the standard indie game 16-bit ripoff like everyone else, or 8-bit even like everyone else. There was like a 3D like Sims looking style graphics. There was all kinds of different graphics mixed in this thing, and I was like, that looks pretty interesting. That looks cool. I don't know if it's interesting enough for me to check it out, but I did like it. I did appreciate it. It was the coolest thing I thought of the whole presentation. So there you go, Super Mash. You get my thumbs up approval. And then we got Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. For some reason, that's definitely not an indie. That was a AAA game at one point. Just because you're re-releasing a AAA game does not make it an indie. It was a AAA developed game at one point. It was on Xbox, I believe. The original Xbox has been released a couple times at this point, maybe. This might be the second time, I don't know. It has been released. Very cool game. I played it a little bit when I was younger. I didn't own the game. I don't remember how I played it. I played it on someone else's Xbox, I believe, and it was cool. I had fun, and I'm like, oh, maybe I might jump in and actually check this one out, depending on how cheap it is. We'll see, but that's definitely not an indie game. Why the hell is that? Is that just to pad the runtime of this 20-minute long pointless indie video? I don't know, but there it is. Skatebird was cute because I skateboard. I said, oh, this is relatable. Wacky. But it didn't look very fun. The gameplay didn't look that good. Just play Tony Hawk or Skate or whatever else. My brother's probably going to get it because he just loves skateboarding games. It might be fun to dick around in for like a few minutes, but seriously, it's just completely just novelty. Like, it's birds on skateboards, tech decks, basically. And they're skating on cardboard and stuff, and there's even secret tapes to get. Mixtapes, actually, not VHSs, though. It might be fun to mess around in for a little bit, but I cannot see this being like a mainstay. Like, we gotta play Skatebird. Whip out the Skatebird. We're having a party. I don't see that, but I thought it was fun, cute, and novel because I skate, and I was like, this is just a wacky. So there you go. And then they did the classic, oh so classic. God, my beard itches. My beard itches. They did the classic. One more thing. There's just one. There's always. It doesn't matter. Nintendo, regardless, if you get, if they're putting out a video with multiple titles in it, they always do the. They always go, well, that's it, guys. Guess we're done. And then someone goes, wait a minute. I think we got one more thing. And it's like, it's so overdone. It's such a cliche. It's such a trope at this point. Why do we got to do the one more thing? Just in your goddamn presentation, please, God. We don't need to go. Guess what? Secret surprise! They always do it. It's not fun. It's not a surprise anymore. And maybe you're like, Shane, goddammit, it's tradition. I don't know. But the secret surprise was Axiom Verge 2, which I heard was, the first one was very good. I haven't played it. It's a Metroid, Super Metroid style type of game. I don't know if a Metroidvania applies there because it's not a Castlevania game, so I don't know if that applies there. But it's like Super Metroid style game, all right? And the guy who made the game was clearly reading off of a card or a teleprompter or something. He was like, "I'm really excited for you to play my game. I was working in secret for you, and it's the same exact spiel as every other developer, but this guy was clearly reading off a card." Can you not riff for like 30 seconds and be like, I put a lot of work into this game. I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it. Axiom Verge 1 was a labor of love for me. Axiom Verge 2, I put my whole heart and soul into it. Why can't you just riff? Just give it a few riffs. Do like 5 riffs and you're good. You're clearly looking off of a fucking card. It looks weird. You're just like, and I can't remember these lines, so I have to look at this card. That was weird. I thought that was weird. Overall, the Nindies showcase was pointless in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe you're upset at me for that. Maybe you're upset at Switchforce. I haven't checked the video. Like I said, maybe the dislikes were through the roof, and you're just like, don't you disrespect the Nindies, you bastards! I'm just not that excited for Nindies. Like I said, it doesn't need this whole hubbubaloo for indies. Like I want to see like this. I want to see AAA presentation like this, like a Nintendo Direct or something. Nindies, just give me a fucking social media post or whatever. Throw it in somewhere. It does not need its whole own thing. But hey, a lot of people probably like it. A lot of people are probably into it. I don't have to watch it. I'm not being forced to watch it. So Nintendo can do whatever they want, and they're much smarter at business than me. So I'm sure they're doing the right thing by having the Nindies showcase, and I'm sure the indie developers are very excited to be a part of such a grand scale type of thing. So maybe it is a great thing. I'm just a hater. And Nintendo of Russia, they were in hot water earlier this year. I don't know. I talked about it. I don't know if you guys remember, but the CEO was being a bastard on a live stream, just being a dick. And then apparently there were allegations of him being a bastard at work, like, harassing people and whatnot. The CEO of Nintendo Russia, which Nintendo Russia, I don't think they don't have like very many sales. It's like very obscure. Like Nintendo's not that big in Russia. I think, as far as I know, it's like a small operation, so they got this dick running it. Anyways, I guess they're trying to make up for it for their bad PR at the beginning of the year. I don't know if the guy's still in there, CEO. I don't know if it's the president, CEO of Nintendo of Russia, but they gave away a ton of Nintendo Switches at a Frozen 2 screening in Russia. For some reason. I don't know what Frozen 2 and Nintendo have to do with it. I don't think there's an official partnership there. Maybe in Russia there is, like Russian Disney and Russian Nintendo are off doing their own thing, just being rogue and going, let's team up and give away some Switches. I don't know what happened here. But there was like a 1-minute video of this on YouTube, and it was just a bunch of Britta can't understand a word of it. It's like hire a proofreader, guys. No, it's Eric Andre. I stole his joke. Sorry, Eric. He watches the show. But anyways, it was all in Russian. I just didn't know what was going on. The Mario and Luigi costumes looked a little bit off to me. I was like, okay, Russia, where are you getting your Mario and Luigi costumes? All right. It was a whole weird thing to watch. It was just like, and this stuff was going on, and I was like, okay, well, that's sick. I wish I was in Russia. How much is a Russian Switch worth? Why can't they give me a Switch? They gave away Switches on an airline earlier this year as well. I can't remember what airline it was. They're giving out Switches everywhere. Like, I want to be I want to be like going to Walmart and just being like checking out, and being like, what? I'm gonna go Switch. And I'm like on a YouTube video, like half asleep. Like, I just came to Walmart to buy beef jerky and hot Cheetos because I wanted to snack at 2 a.m. and I get to leave with a Switch. I'm putting it on eBay right afterwards. Why can't that be me? Nintendo, get it together, please. But there you go. That's that. That's that on that, as they say. And the Sony State of Play was overall pointless as well. I watched the whole thing and I was just like, okay, whatever. A bunch of updates on stuff that we already knew was happening. Basically, we'll get into it. Untitled Goose Game is coming to Sony December 17th. They're like, oh, they're having all the fun with the memes over there. Let us get some memes. Bring the memes over here to Sony. We want that Untitled Goose Game. So there you go. You get an Untitled Goose Game on Sony. Whoop-de-doo. Also, Spellbreak is a new Battle Royale game. Clean Prince talked about this a while ago, a good long while ago. It's like a magical Battle Royale game where you use spells and elemental types and stuff. I mean, is Battle Royale that hype anymore? I know Fortnite's probably still the biggest game in the world, but I feel like Battle Royale maybe will be dying off soon. Maybe not. Who knows? Maybe it's here to stay forever, never, never, never. We can never defeat it. But hey, Spellbreak looks magical. Maybe it'll be fun. Maybe it'll do well. Who knows? Maybe it'll fail. Probably fail. I don't know. I feel like every other Battle Royale game that just tries, they're like, here's Fortnite, but they're like, ooh, oh! And they start to go and they go, oh no, Fortnite just still wins. I don't know. That's what happens. Apex Legends, everything, Battlefield 5, Battle Royale, everything is like that. So I don't know. There was also a cool VR game, Superliminal, I believe it was called. It was like super weird, warping perspectives and like weird distortions and stuff and everything. Very cool, very wild, looked awesome, looked disorienting, looked scary to me. So if you're into VR, I think that would be one to pick up. I don't know if it's a PlayStation VR exclusive, probably, maybe, I don't know. But it did look very cool, so check that out. Like I said, just tons of updates. Just like, ooh, here's an update on this game that we already knew about. Here, check it out. There's more. Here's some more footage. Woo! There was a Babylon's Fall with Square and Platinum Games. Super classic Platinum Games game style. Just hacking and slashing. Cool bosses. Cool. Very stylized. Very cool. Awesome stuff. Liked it. Want to check it out. I love Platinum Games. I love Square, and I love when they get together. Woo! They are some good boys when they get together. Am I right? And then we got Project Resistance. We talked more about Project Resistance, and apparently the campaign is Resident Evil 3. So you get Resident Evil 3 and then you get Project Resistance, which is this online multiplayer thing. They announced it like, oh, we're going to talk about the campaign for Project Resistance. And I'm like, oh, there's a campaign? What? And there was like, there was Leon and everything in it. And I was just like, oh, these Resident Evil characters. Showing all these Resident Evil characters. And I'm like, what is going on here? Is Mr. X, I think? What? And then they were like, great, it's Resident Evil 3. And I was like, wait, what? And they're like, Resident Evil 3 is the campaign. I think. I was confused watching it. I was like, Resident Evil 3 is the campaign? I guess? And then, so you get Resident Evil 3, you automatically get Resident Evil Resistance. I don't know if you can write Resident Evil Resistance separate, but there was that. Confusing, but hey, we got the first official look at Resident Evil 3, I guess. So there you go. That's great for Resident Evil fans, and Cameron in particular. He's very scared, he's very spooked, he can't wait to hide under his blankie and play the game. I know it firsthand because he told me. And then Sony did the one more thing. They did the classic, well, wait a minute, we got one. They literally like, all right, we're done. Like, oops, we got one more thing. And I'm like, you're really gonna rip Nintendo off that hard? They're always ripping Nintendo off. They're always like, Nintendo's for kids, and they're like, what are they doing? Can we do that? Let's do that. And they just do it. They do it with every single generation. They rip off Nintendo. Not with the Switch. They're like, oh, we're not touching that. Have fun with the handheld market, guys. We fucked up. We're out of here. But the one more thing was Ghost of Tsushima, half of a trailer. Ghost of Tsushima. There you go. Half of a trailer. We got half of a trailer. It was like some samurais or whatever they are walking through the woods, and they're like, samurai, and they start speaking Japanese, and they're about to fight, and then it cuts off, and they're like, that's it. Tune in for the rest of this trailer at the Game Awards. And I'm like, so wait, your one more thing was half of a trailer, and then we got to tune in somewhere else to watch the rest of it? Are you out of your mind, Sony? Are you kidding me? We already knew Ghost of Tsushima was coming, right? So like, why do we? Who wants half a trailer? Didn't show any gameplay. It's just like, it's a game still. Can you believe it? Tune into the Game Awards for the rest of the trailer. That blew me away. I was like, Sony, that's how you ended it? God, rookie move, rookie mistake. The state of play overall, not that great. But hey, at least we got Resident Evil. That was the shining, crowning jewel amongst everything. So there you go, Sony. At least you got that. Other than that, I'm sorry. Poo on you. If you want to be like this badass on screen right here, hit up our merch store, Fugamecrue.bigcartel. We got shirts, mugs, stickers, all that fun stuff. If you want to support us but you don't want to buy merch, Patreon.com/Fugamecrue. For as low as $1 a month, you can really help us out. All the Patreon letters and boxes and everything went out today. So thank you all for your support. Much appreciated. Links to everything in the description. My channel, Cam's channel, all the merch, Patreon, all that fun stuff. Also uploading to BitChute and Flare. I don't remember what the other name was. But hey, check the community tab for that update. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.
So I want to say thank you to your loyalty. Thank you for your support.
Battery's about to die.